expecting in this one? Do you still see Alliance to be the stronger team because of the fact they went to a major and Vega they didn't make it?
EU is tough though.
Yeah.
Would Alliance have gone to the major
That's
if
true.
they had
If
to
they
go
were
through
in
the
the open.
qualifiers?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
Same as Vega's.
through the qualifiers, yeah, it's
Same as Vega's position, right?
because Vega went for the opens, didn't they? Because they kicked Pasha and got
5 seconds remaining.
FN. No. Yeah. I can't. They did some kind of roster swap, didn't they? Yeah, they got rid of Passion. It was FN, wasn't it? Yeah, it must have been FN. It was definitely FN. Of course it was FN, man. But yeah, you're right. No, yeah. They did have to suffer through the opens. I mean, next time. I mean, obviously, as we've been talking, if you... Well, I guess actually, wait, because of that thing, they're going to have to go for the opens again regardless. Vega can't be invited directly, can they?
I don't know when they changed their roster. It was a while ago.
I thought it was after the deadline. That's why they had to go for the open. There must have been. Otherwise, they would have been invited to the regionals.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Unless they were invited to the regionals. I can't remember. Maybe they were invited. I don't know. It was a long time ago, Ben. We've been through...
But we don't know how long ago. That's the point.
Well, we do, because it happened on a certain day. I don't know how long ago. Oh, we don't know how long ago the roster was. That was a long time ago. It's been a long day. It's been a long time. It's been a long life, Ben. But we're here now, and we get to enjoy the now. Vega versus Alliance. They've got no on. He's playing for Vega this time, not standing in for VP. So we'll see how he's able to play back with the squad. And Alliance, first pick, what they're going to do? Are we going to see...
They like the Dazzle or the Rubik.
Oh, I was going to say the Rubik. Yeah.
Just because I think their support pool is actually much smaller than their other positions pools.
Yeah.
And you also need, like, none of their cores play the same hero.
Do you think Bulldog's pool is fairly comfortably sized now? He was used to be looked at a guy with a very limited pool. Do you think he's expanded it enough for this? Wow, okay, that's probably answered. They're like, right, quick. We need to get Bulldog's here.
Though, dude, how are you going to ignore Slardar like that?
What do you think? Yeah, what do you mean? I'm not ignoring it. Or them?
No, them, yeah.
You think it's worth prioritizing?
I think most teams prioritize Slardar over Beast right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, this is... Do you take away the Lifestealer? Do you get load of Lifestealer?
You can easily ban it in the second phase. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I think it's just...
Because if you get Lifestealer with Slardar and Dazzle, that's disgusting. Who was doing that? So it was Liquid, wasn't it? They were going Slardar Lifestealer every game, weren't they? At the major. It's good.
It's really good.
Get a blink on Slardar, get an Echo Saber on the Lifestealer, kill anyone across the map. See what they do. Alliance. Do you think we're going to see the loaded Terrorblade again? It was good. Are we going to see the S4 Brew?
No.
That was nice. You don't think they'll pick it up against Vega?
Nope, it's first banned.
That's a good point, man. That's why we have you here as a co-caster.
Wow, I can see what heroes are banned.
It's good. I mean, it is very good.
I'm not dropped that much.
Yeah, that's up to you, that bit, really. That's why we have you here as the draft expert.
So I should just lower my own standards so that people are impressed later.
Exactly. And so I don't look as stupid, you know.
Next game I'll be like, wow, they're going to first ban the Brew.
And you'll say it after they banned it, you know what I mean? Are we good? We did talk about this. Rubik, first pick material for Alliance in the series earlier. They're still prioritizing it very heavily, picking it up second.
They like it versus Slardar.
Yeah.
Because generally you use sprint later on, like, or you use it like super early on before you engage. And then you crush, and then you amp. So you steal amp or the crush.
Which are both great.
And his cast point is really low. And Slardar's cast point is low. Generally not low enough to the point where you can interrupt
I mean, instant crush is like, it's great, isn't it?
But Rubik can telekinesis before.
10 seconds
which they really like. I've seen them just pick Rubik a lot. With Dazzle not there, it's
5 seconds
a great option for them. Also, it lets them aggro try occasionally. I don't know if they want to do it this game.
I mean, this Slardar as well. Do you think this is going to be, is this going to be the offlane Slardar or is it going to be safe lane?
We don't know. That's why Slardar is so great as a first pick. Beastmaster is similarly great, but he can't be run as a safe laner, safe lane carry, unless you're Empire and you want to lose.
What did happen to Slardar? Because we're kind of back around the Frankfurt major, everyone was playing it, then it really fell off, and then it came back. Why?
I don't know. Just got weaker.
Yeah.
Relatively. Silver Edge got nerfed a little bit.
Yeah.
I think
opens up for a bit.
He doesn't have enough burst.
No.
And Lifestealer was...
But now the Lifestealer's come back in.
Lifestealer is just like...
Which, I mean, the Alliance ban Lifestealer. You've got to ban Lifestealer. You see a Slardar and a Dazzle. If you're letting Lifestealer through, you're an absolute bunch of nutters. Huskar ban as well. I mean, it's understandable against Vega. They're a team that they would do that.
No, they only did that because they banned out the AA.
Yeah,
If they didn't ban out the AA,
it's setting up for something like that. I mean, but still, obviously, Alchemist is in the game. And that's something else that you maybe ban the AA out if you want to bring. Dude, AA is great against Down.
He is. He's also good versus Doom. He's also good versus Oracle. He's also good versus Dazzle. He's also good versus Huskar.
Vega do play Oracle, actually, a lot.
Things.
Vega do play Oracle. So that's something. I mean, yeah, Oracle's great against Beastmaster.
Reserve time.
Yep.
Yeah. Oracle would be really nice to see, and they play it really, really well, Vega. But I guess they've already got one save with Dazzle. Do you really need a Dazzle and an Oracle? Is that a little bit overkill, or can it work? False Promise and Lycan is really good. This, I mean, it could be an Oracle draft.
I don't even think they need the Oracle to
No,
save at this point.
The Shallow Grave's enough.
They just have a lot of physical damage with decent lockdown and good Roche potential. Whenever you're on Dire, you want Roche. They already have Slardar. That's good enough. Combined with the Lycan, this means they can take it like prior 10 minutes.
I mean, this for Vega as well. This is setting up a perfect lineup to add something like an Invoker into in the mid lane.
They can kind of run anything in the mid lane.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you have Slardar with Amp, you can run so many different mids. Even a hero like Queen of Pain starts doing a lot of physical damage.
Yeah.
So
Vega were a team as well. I remember back in Dream League, they were a team that did like to pick the puck a lot. I mean, Puck seems to be a hero that's kind of fell out of favor. They are going to go for the loaded Terrorblade again. Alliance, they've run this twice already today.
They don't have the Dazzle this time, which is a big difference. So they might need an Oracle.
Where's the save?
If they run Oracle, though, that means that EGM is probably not playing the Rubik, I guess, which is usually EGM plays both of those heroes. So we might see like a Ake Chen. I think you need a save hero for Terrorblade.
It's always EGM. Have they ever done it where Ake swaps around onto the Rubik? Can they get something else for EGM? If they feel it's necessary.
So.
No, it's... Yeah, well, what is Ake going to play with this? Could this be a game where you look to pick up something like the Ake Venge, so you have got some kind of save?
Yeah, Venge is good too.
Yeah.
I actually like Venge a lot.
Well, Vega now, we'll see what they want to follow this through. Some kind of powerful mid. They're a team, I believe, that do still run like the Wind Ranger. They do still favour that hero.
Wind Ranger Slardar is actually Alliance's special, back when they had Pikecat.
Your Wind Rangers. I'd love to see the Invoker.
I think a little bit more AoE control. You need someone to hold them in place so that Lycan can kill them. We've seen... Puck is a very common pickup.
Ooh, I like this. I mean, so they get the Venge, a hero that Alliance could have potentially been looking at for Ake. Yeah. So you take it away from them. Great with the Dazzle Slardar. It's, you know, the synergy is already fantastic, really, with this lineup from Vega. This is a classic Vega lineup, really. They really are in their comfort zone. And
we call this a godlike lineup.
Yeah.
This is a godlike
lineup. A godlike lineup?
It's a godlike lineup.
It's the classic kind of... It's textbook CIS. It's what teams like Vega are very good at executing with. And I mean, already, I'm looking at this amount of pressure. You talked about the fact there's no Dazzle for this Terrorblade. If this team runs at the Terrorblade, he falls over, surely.
Not if you have Oracle or something else.
Lich is going to be the big for Ake.
Lich was explored as a solution versus the Slardar a while ago. But this was before the Amp buff, and Lich was picked very commonly for max Frost Armor. Slardar has a lot of trouble dealing with it, as does Lycan. Both of them have increased move speed, so not that big of a deal. But I think the amount of minus armor on Vega is so immense that actually Terrorblade has a lot of base armor and Lich with max Frost Armor. I think we'll be able to maybe tank it. Maybe. It's only 9 armor bonus.
What are you worried about Alliance picking up here if you're Vega? What would you take away? It's going to be the S4 Puck ban. So I was wondering if Vega were going to be thinking about themselves, but worried that S4 would take it up this game.
They don't have much lockdown at all, at least not good. Because the Slardar is going to be off lane, so they won't have to blink super early, so no reliable way to kill a Puck. What else is there? I think Quap is actually pretty devastating too.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
it's interchangeable for.
I do like that Invoker ban though. I really think Vega would have loved to run that this game, especially with the Venge pickup as well.
What if they run something like Shadow Fiend? That'd be old school, but no one's Shadow Fiend is really good.
I tell you what is good. No one DK. That's pretty much his signature hero, and that would certainly would make sense here a lot.
DK's in style.
Bro. DK would be really nice for Vega.
5 seconds remaining.
Alliance. Let's see what they want to pick up for S4. Still looking for that mid lane hero.
Could be Bat.
Yeah, the S4 Bat.
Venge. What other options? Quap. What else does he play?
He does. He wants to bring the Lesh back.
He plays DK as well.
He plays Leshrac.
He plays Leshrac. Leshrac, I think, will get whomped in this lineup.
Yeah, I guess you just run at him and he dies.
I think DK is probably the best.
I think it's good because I think take it away from Vega. Vega, they like their DK.
You want armor. Vega have almost no magical damage, like near zero. So if you have mass
DK,
armor,
there we have. This is great as well.
Vega's
Because I think
bottom
Vega would have wanted to take that. I'm going to be interested to see what no one does grab now. There's no Invoker, no DK.
I'm totally down for Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend. If they want to go for something more comfortable, I think Wind Ranger is a little bit of a safer bet.
Wind Ranger's okay. I also think Timber's always good too.
Can you afford to put the Lycan mid against the DK, run something else safe lane? Or is that not ideal?
It's not ideal. Okay. That was kind of old schoolish, but I don't know why, but people just don't do it.
If you want to add some magical damage in, just bring something out like a Zeus. Or is that just not good?
People used to pick Zeus a lot versus terribly.
No one is good on Zeus.
I think, yeah, it's not bad. More burst.
Sorry, I keep talking about no one. It's FM plays him in now, doesn't he? Sorry, no one's playing the carry. He used to play him, I get confused. But obviously the way that they're swapped. I'm not used to seeing Vega. We didn't see him at Major, you know what I mean?
It's down with Zeus, Timber, or Shadow Fiend would be my main three. But could be something else.
Unless they want to bring the Wind Range. Let's have a look.
Tinker.
Oh, there's your magical damage.
Good burst.
Yeah. Good laning against DK. You've still got the Breathe Fire spam, but it's still going to be an issue with the missed chance. And you get yourself ahead of the TB, and you're going to be able to maintain control, pull them around the map, and I mean, how well can Alliance deal with something like a Tinker hopping all over the place? Can you react to him quick enough to catch him?
If you can steal his stacks,
yeah,
it's a big deal. Beastmaster is very good at picking out a Tinker, as is Dragon Knight, I think, because Dragon Knight can kind of just walk into the march, unlike a lot of other heroes. But he will pose a lot of problems for Terrorblade and makes his itemization very difficult. If they did go for like a physical damage dealer, like Wind Ranger, like you mentioned, they could just all in on armor, which is something that you never want as the opposing team. You don't want the itemization to be that easy.
Remaining.
All right.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I think overall,
5 seconds remaining.
I'm kind of more of a fan of Vega's draft here. Or would you say?
I think it's a lot more synergy. I think they have slightly better lanes, and I think the Roshan might be Alliance's doom. All right. You want to introduce Alliance?
Yeah, sure, we'll go for the rundown. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this the Winners Bracket series here, the ESL One Frankfurt group stages. We've got Bulldog playing up on the Beastmaster, EGM on his signature Rubik.
Yo, Cap, why can't I click on the minimap?
Oh, what have you done, Ben? Oh, it's a glitch, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, you have to reconnect. Dota? Yeah, okay. We'll switch over to my screen as we do that.
Okay.
So we'll just keep going through the rundown here. Loader, of course, on that Terrorblade. We've seen him play it twice already today. Has won both of the games that he brought it out. And who we miss? Ake. Never forget Ake. He's already been out on a little bit of an adventure, getting the sentries down.
The support life. One clarity, one tango, one branch.
He's a poor lad, but Ake, he'll tank it for the team. He's a man that will always put other people in front of him. He's a good lad. Okay, over on the side of Vega, no one bringing Tinker into the fray. On your safe lane tri-lane, Shoma the Slayer on the Dazzle, pairing up with Solo on the support Venge. And they will be looking to protect the big bad wolf FN on his Lycan. And finally down towards the bottom, Mag on the Slardar. So as we have this all kicking off, it looks like a room fight will be averted as Vega will simply look to prioritize taking the top, and Alliance head straight towards the bottom. Lane-wise, it's pretty much as we expected. Looks to be the classic safe lane, tri-lane. Ake's going to take away one of the creeps from the top lane, make this off lane a little bit easier for Bulldog. I may actually stick around here on the top, so we might see some dual lanes coming out from the side of Alliance. S4, of course, with that mid lane matchup against no one on the Tinker. So, but it's looking at the lanes. The fact that we have, of course, got Ake Lich on top with the Beastmaster. And we'll see how that one goes. I believe Ben's just still setting up some stuff. Mid lane already. S4, DK versus Tinker. As we see, the mischance is going to be a little bit of an issue for the man. He's got the Breathe Fire. Once he's got that bottle online, we'll be able to maintain a bit better control of the lane. Might need a bit of help from the rest of the team to maintain control of the runes. And S4 DK, not necessarily the hero that he'll fall into picking every time, but one that is obviously felt was going to be the best this game. Picking it up towards the end of the draft as the final pick for Alliance. Ben, are you back with us?
I am back.
You're back, Ben.
At a restart, I had a very common bug.
Oh, bugs in Dota. Come on, Ben. Don't be silly. But Ben, talk to me about lanes. This top matchup, Alliance deciding to put Ake up here with Bulldog. Is this is necessary?
It's great.
Yeah.
The mid lane is kind of a wash.
Yeah.
DK versus Tinker. You're not going to be able to get a huge lead if you have the Lich go there. I think you need it if he's in like a really bad matchup, like Quap +1, let's say. But if it's just a Tinker, you're fine not using the sacrifice up there. And you really want Bulldog to get some farm, and you really want to deny the Lycan. And if bottom lane is just a Slardar, you're perfectly okay with that. Rubik doing his thing and zoning Mag out. Mag very low on regen and only 1 CS.
Mid lane, S4 needs to be a bit careful. Solo looking for the wraparound here. S4 will be able to back himself up just in time. Has the bottle out now as well, so as you said, we'll be able to keep the spam up on the Breathe Fire, maintain CS. It's 9 for 3, 8 for 2. Very, very close indeed. Top lane, Bulldog getting a nice wave to himself there as they maintain good control. Shoma coming back over. The safe lane is CS 8 for 3 on the Terrorblade for Loader and 9 for 0 on FN. So things looking pretty even across those bits of the map. Just the fact on the off lanes that Mag was forced to make his way back to base, whereas Bulldog's been able to maintain his position in the lane. So we've got a short pause here. Oh, that was quick. He's ready already. Very nice brief pause here from the side of Vega.
So looking at Tinker, he hasn't put his second skill point in yet.
Yep.
Maybe waiting to see if he has a kill opportunity on the DK or maybe a salve popping potential with a rocket. But other than that, maybe he can speed up his BOT or Soul Ring timing if he doesn't have to pick up the early levels of the rocket. And you kind of want to do that in the early game. You kind of want to stabilize by either killing the Lich or out farming them with stacks. And looks like they'll opt for the latter.
I mean, talking about this, so why is the decision from Alliance to put him top rather than, say, towards the mid lane to, you know, try and slow down this Tinker's start from no one?
Just so Bulldog's relevant.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of, or in particular, Ohio's Beastmaster earlier today just kind of fall off, and this Lich just makes it much, much easier for them to put him in irrelevancy. But more importantly, it slows down the Roshan timing from Vega. So they already have the Rubik dealing with a Slard on the bottom. He's only level 2 at this point, and the later the Lycan gets Vlads, the stronger Roche gets, and the more difficult it is for them to take. That's what you're really worried about if you're Alliance, is them taking Roche very early after taking down a tower or two. That is your main concern.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the moment, still continuing to be fairly even. No one breaking away a little bit in this mid lane. 18 for 7 against S4's 13 for 4. It's running a little bit edgy. Ake trying to do his best to just steal some of the creeps from this pull to the side.
So he has committed for 3 points in March. However, he does not have any stacks yet.
And maybe Solo and Sherman might get something done in this area that they're going to look to come over and make sure that no one gets the rune. Bottom, EGM taking a crush to the face. Mag just securing the space to grab himself that one. So Vega maintaining control of both rune spots. S4 bottle is empty. He's topped up at the moment in terms of health and mana. And a bit of a wraparound that Solo and Sherman looking for top lane. Now eyes towards Bulldog and Ake. Over Terrace.
Get that boar.
Get one and yeah, they'll kill the beast. Kill the animals.
So no Aquila on the bottom lane yet. This will make this 4-minute, very common push timing.
Yep.
Not really that successful. It's really hard without the Aquila to do it this early. T1s are pretty strong nowadays.
Nonetheless, forcing out the fortification from Vega. And Bulldog and Ake just continues to come down here, maintaining control of this camp. The creep wave over in the ball, giving them vision, just so they can make sure they can take everything that Vega was trying to rectify from that. And no one now heading back, and he's just going to start getting the stacks up himself. He'll get one of the stacks done, head back to lane. As S4 still sits slightly behind bottom lane. They've taken the tower, and Alliance, well, they may have left loaded around a little bit too long. No points in Sunder, the crush is there, and Vega with the TP reactions there, looking for first blood, and they'll get it. So they get a tower, but they lose Loader's life for it there. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but
I think that's okay.
yeah, you still get the tower done.
As long as he bought out before, which he did. He bought out his treads. Not a big deal, I think. And you clear up a lot of space for your top lane. So now Lycan is forced to move into the jungle. Support's not getting anything from the lane because they're both heading back to heal right now. So, oh no, I'd say that's a push.
Okay. And this is nice because the fact that, yeah, as you said, because they've left the lane top, Ake can leave Bulldog alone. He can work on getting that solo XP, get that level 6 online. So next time, they might even be able to go for a bit of a kill, potentially on the top lane. And S4 really appreciating the space that he's kind of been given because no one is heading back to make these stacks happen. It's all on him at the moment, really. After the support's rotation towards the bottom, Sherman the Slayer and Solo just haven't been in position to get the stacks done themselves. So no one's had to leave the lane a couple of times to get those done. And that has allowed S4 to catch up a little bit. He's still behind this Tinker. So So no one's still going to be happy with the speed that the game's going in his way.
Glitch has already placed that high ground ward though, and they are going to use the jungle a lot. But it's been eaten. Easy gold. Smoke popped by Ake. Knows that life's pretty dangerous right there with the obs taken down, and looks like Vega will be able to farm their jungle for the next couple of minutes. Dragon Knight does have a haste. Very difficult to make a move now though.
Do the S4 haste stream. See if there's any opportunity for him to make anything happen with that. But as you said, Vega just playing very safely and reserved on their side of the map. No chance of finding anything. Bulldog has. He will with this next creep wave hit level 6, so they need to be a little bit more careful as well top lane if Bulldog does find an opening to lead in with the Primal Roar. They put solo mid himself on Vega, falling a little bit behind in levels on this Vengeful Spirit. They do want to try and get the swap up, so they have some kind of save for when Bulldog does make it go on someone with the Primal Roar. Bulldog's starting to get the pressure on onto the top lane with the help of Ake. See what kind of reaction Vega have. It's only Sherman the Slayer coming over on the Dazzle. FN still just focusing the farm in the jungle. Hasn't quite found that shapeshift yet. Just a creep away from having the 6 online, but the Vlad's is pretty much closing in on done. And they're actually going to rotate EGM up here as well. So 3 heroes up here. Alliance certainly looking to try and make something happen. Actually a 4th as well. We're going to see S4 join the fray as well with the Elder Dragon form, as this will be Alliance just committing for the push. Clearing off the tier 1, and they should be able to get it. So 8 minutes in, Alliance finding the 2 tier 1s. They're certainly making the push as well.
Very important move by them. They weren't able to keep that reservoir ward up, so now they need some other way to go into the jungle, which is taking down the tier 1. Tinker's still quite vulnerable. No BOTs, only 1,000 gold to his name, and still, you know, maybe 2-3 minute window for them to catch out the Tinker before he gets his BOTs. If you kill him like 2 times, that will completely change the game. So as of right now, Vega, they need their supports like in their vulnerable position, or they need to stack the right camp, which the Lycan's doing right now, so that Tinker can get the stacks up very easily. Beastmaster is very farmed. He is number 1 on net worth, above the Terrorblade.
Nah, it's been a great lane for Bulldog. As you said, you know, just the start, having Ake's presence has made this lane for him.
That's the dream for any laner. Yeah, I'm
having
a Lich.
Yeah.
And that's every carry's worst nightmare, is laning versus a Lich. +1.
For sure. So far, even though Vega did get that first blood, the only blood so far, it certainly seems to be going Alliance's way overall across the board in the laning stage. But if anything, just the issue that this Tinker is getting a lot of space. No one 1,500 gold or so towards that bot's recipe. Alliance, they're smoked up. They're looking to make a movement round towards the mid lane.
Ooh,
It's going to be scanned out by Vega, so unlikely that they'll get caught out here. Solo Mag keeping themselves safe in the opposite tree line. But as I say, that Bulldog, he's ready to waltz over and go straight for a kill. TP reactions are coming through. It's a bit risky now for the side of Alliance. They'll still drop the Roar. There won't be any kind of follow through. They'll throw out the Chain Frost, but no bounces will be there onto no one. And Vega, they're going to be fine here. FN popping the shapeshift. He's looking to run in. Ake's low. S4 will hold it back with the Dragon Tail. In fact, they'll turn, try and bring him down. Not going to be possible. The Slayer's there with a heal. And they also get the deny in. So Alliance tried to go for a play with that smoke, but ends up finding nothing. At least on the plus for them, they don't lose anything to Vega's reaction. But they don't get the tower hit. Denied done by Shoma.
Still pretty good by them. Very important to take that T1 down. And Lycan and Slar, they just don't have any opportunity to roach. Even right before that, Glota has sent an illusion into the pit. And they can't fight under the March. Dropped by no one, which he does have max at this point. Is Alliance getting everything that they need? It seems so.
I mean, Loda's, he's getting space on the Terrorblade. As you said, Bulldog's already having a great game. He's right up there at the top with the net worth in case. And S4, he was falling a little bit behind at the start in terms of CS, but he's still making a good game for himself. Level 8 on the Dragon Knight.
So it looks like Vega just waiting for the BOTs on the Tinker so they can push out the lanes a little bit more, slow down this Dragon Knight. However, S4 does have an Arcane Rune, so maybe we can do a T2 +1 if he gets the opportunity. They do need the Slar to get his Blink Dagger. He's only about halfway there, though.
Still a bit of a way to go for Mag. Very important item pick up indeed. I mean, if you get a Blink Amplify onto Loda, you certainly can bring down this Terrorblade at this stage. You've got a good amount of burst between you. I mean, even just the heal bombs, if you can get the Lycan walls around him. And
if they can get his armor down.
Yeah.
19 armor. Jesus.
I mean, Amplify and Wave of Terror will do a good job in that sense. Weave as well. Still a little bit of a way away from having that level 6 on the Dazzle. Shaman Slayer just about to reach level 5. Alliance with a movement towards the top. Smoked up, Bulldog and Ake. Would be nice to take down this Tinker. No one, of course, yet to die this game on the side of Vega. See what he can find. Bulldog is going to look and just drops it straight away onto the Dazzle. Can they kill this man with the Necro units? They can't. He'll get the chance to get the Shallow Grave off the immediate TP out. Alliance still looking to force the issue, desperately trying to find something, but Solar's able to walk himself away. Alliance, they don't find the kill. They'll simply just turn it into a push, start to beat down onto the tier 2 on the top lane. And we'll see if Vega can do anything to hold this one back. It is it's a fast push from Alliance, so unlikely that Vega can stop this one. And Alliance just displaying the amount of pushing power that they do have at this stage of the game between having both a Terror Blade and an Elder Dragon.
And looks like Vega still need more time. Tinker needs his Blink Dagger so he can get in position to actually start marching. But by that point, I think Bulldog might be farmed enough to just solo kill him with his Necros. They're getting so many towers.
That's a lot of gold.
For close to free.
And I guess this is the kind of way that, you know, it's a method of dealing with a Tinker, just shutting down the map, making sure that, you know, he's not going to be able to find those openings to go for those split plays. And
but they're not killing him.
They're not killing him. They're not killing him, that's for sure. It's a very kind of pacifistic game at the moment. 0-1, only that one death onto Loader. He's just giving a bit of fan treatment there for the bloodthirsty ones out there, offering up his life. No one else yet to die this game. Loader itself, going to be interesting to see what the build is. I guess it's going to be the standard, yeah. Dragon Lance into Manta first here for the man. No reason to get the defusal like Miracle did in the last game.
SNY is not as good as Manta because of the amp. You want as many ways to dispel amp as possible, especially given Vega's lineup. Maybe if Tinker were like Mega Farm, you would consider SNY for more HP, but with all this physical damage and with amp removing a significant chunk of your armor, it's just better to get Manta.
And we have Ake S4 starting to move around. Ake's going to get the vision down, nice and deep behind enemy lines. Alliance looking to set themselves up for another push, try and take down another tier 2. They're missing Loader at the moment. He's just looking to find the space up top to get this far. And he'll be able to do a good job of it. As Alliance, the rest of the 4 of them hanging around bottom. S4 and Ake just positioning themselves in case anyone was going to look to come around by this staircase towards the secret shop to try and catch the rest of Alliance off the bat. But Bulldog and EGM, they're doing a good job at this one. They've taken it down to half health. And S4 with a haste ring, he's looking to catch him out from behind, and this could be a good opening if he finds no one. He will indeed into the Elder Dragon form. There we have the Dragon Tail as well. The Chain Frost will come out. It's not going to bounce, not quite enough burst. That will be enough. Though Ruby, EGM takes down the man, and they'll be able to finish off the tier 2 as well. Tinker down for 35 seconds. They've still got the Elder Dragon form up as well as the Metamorphosis. Alliance, they may just try and push in for more here. Tinker's going to be very unlikely to want to spend the money at this point. He needs to get those early items. He's going to have to spend it anyway. This is a little bit of a setback for the Tinker, to say the least. But it will stop the push from Alliance.
Slardar finally being able to join the fight with his Blink Dagger. Ideally, he would have had it a minute earlier and then counter once they try to dive him almost to the T3. But yeah, that's gonna hurt Vega so much.
Getting this much done. I mean, Alliance certainly working their heroes as intended.
They still need Roche at some point. Maybe one more pick and get into Roche, or maybe the T2 down. Yeah. It's still kind of Vega's play to get back in this game. Only 5,000 gold lead for Alliance. Not too big a deal. But if they get the Roche and Vega like have to fight into the Aegis, which is very likely considering the Dragonite and the Terror Blade, then they're going to be in a lot of doo-doo.
Is this smoke and go Roche or smoke and get kill?
Roche.
Smoke and go Roche. Here we go. Vega into the pit.
I'm a little surprised they didn't actually attempt it earlier. Yeah. But they already have the Hawk there with the amp. They're going to know Alliance though. If they have to respond very quickly.
Okay, the Wolf's going to spot him.
He's at minus 12 armor. They can just, I think they can just do it before they even come.
They are heading over there, but as you said, this is going to go down. No way that Alliance can stop this one.
Yep, dropped in a bed of marches with pretty shape shifts coming out from Vega.
They've actually caught out his gem here. Look to the side. He's been left alone. He's stolen shapeshift. Is he going to be able to get it off though? Vega have a couple of successful plays there in quick succession. Getting the kill, getting the Roshan. Aegis, of course, onto FN's Lycan. A bit of play in Alliance, actually looking to fight straight into it immediately. Look at that with this smoke up. They want to do something big with S4's Shadowblade reveal. I will be straight into an Aegis.
And the book 3 on Beastmaster, but he doesn't have shapeshift up. They could kill him twice at this particular point.
He is kind of on his own as well. He is literally on his own. No backup around for FN, so I don't think there's any way that he survives through this one. They'll take him down once, and they'll be ready for the second time. So not really the most practical uses of an Aegis that we've seen. A little bit of a waste, and a bit of a mistake there from Vega. Aegis gone, just like that. And his life as well.
Just like that.
Bottom
was he using his Wolves to scout? I don't believe so at the time. But probably feeling safe with the Observer Ward to his immediate right and to his left. But that's what smokes are for.
S4, again with the Shadowblade, looking to get in position behind enemy lines, see if he can catch anyone out here between the two towers. No one on his Tinker is about, but he's got the blink, and he's going to be a little bit more elusive. And getting up to the high ground and TPing away. Still Alliance, they brought in a creep wave. And they'll be ready to try and take this tier 2 away from Vega. So this is kind of the perfect timing for this push style of lineup. 18 minutes in, all tier 1s and tier 2s taken. And you're getting into a good position to attempt to break the base. Of course, though, against a Tinker, it's not always going to be the nicest thing to do.
Yeah, with the Shadowblade, this is a very good way to pick him. Blink is not ideal when you're versus a Tinker because of the March stopping your Blink Dagger. And yeah, you can argue that Shadowblade is worse because of the amp. But when was the last time a hero got amped? Like, people just aren't fighting this game. It's about a pick-off game for Alliance. Can they slow down this Tinker's farm? Or is he eternally going to be able to spam March on the high ground?
I mean, the fact that, yeah, as you said, because the game it stands it is just 2-2. Whose team is the lack of kills affecting the most? Is there a lineup here that needed to find a lot of action? It was Vega. With this lineup, you're drafting this to kill people.
It's more so the Rosh and all their towers are down. Lycan only taking down 1 tower in 18 minutes and no Rosh. That's very, very bad for the Lycan team. I think they expected a little bit more synergy because of the Lycan Wolf with the Tinker BOT.
Okay. Yeah.
But the Blink came way too late and Bulldog had way too much farm. And a lot of it is because of the Lich pick.
We have a smoke from Vega. They want to try and do something big with Mag's Blink Dagger. They will find Bulldog, but Bulldog's got backup. We'll see how quickly the rest of Alliance can react. Jump in here with a stun. Amplify as well. Bulldog will get the Necro units out, turns around, drops the Roy, and now the Chain Frost. Oh, the bounces! They're going to be beautiful! They've found one. They have lost Bulldog. We'll see if Alliance can pick themselves up anything more. Sherman's going to go for the TP out. Have they got any kind of cancel? They have, and Ake, the March of the Machines, takes him down. Ends up walking into the robots there. Bit of a mistake there from the Frosty Boy. 2 for 1 for Vega. S4 with the Shadowblade would like to try and redeem that fight, try and find something else. But Vega will be the ones to come out on top there.
I thought that was going to be a lot better for Vega. It took so long to kill that Beastmaster.
As you said, Bulldog
even with the Force Step. They like accidentally Force Step him into...
And he still managed to get the Roar out.
Yep. And the book, more importantly.
And Bulldog, even being taken down there, sitting on 1500 on top of the book. With this kind of does he pick up the Blink Dagger or the bots first? This game. Does he get the Blink to try and help hunt down the Tinker, or does he get the bots to react to the Tinker's split push?
I personally would prefer bots.
Okay.
So he can hook up with a DK to look for kills. But I think Blink might be the more likely pickup. I don't know. I think bots is a bit better.
See what he goes for. Lotus progression still looking very good. 10k net worth on this Terrorblade. So would be, if he's able to take this game, the 3rd win he's had today with Terrorblade. I can't remember the last time in Pro Dota where we've seen a team picked Terrorblade 3 times in a row. This is quite something here from the man. S4, look at the D-Ward. Vega, they've got a fair few around, but Mag doesn't lead in with the Blink. A little bit hesitant and ends up just retreating away from the side.
Back to what you asked about the Blink versus the bots. I think Blink's much better when he can split push, but you can't split push too well versus Vega because of a few things. Firstly, the Blink Crush from Slaughter is exceptionally good at picking out split pushers and the wolves. Like, someone can just attack you with the wolves and you can't blink out and then you're going to die because you're split pushing. So that's another reason why I would prefer the BOTs onto him.
And Vega, again, looking to force the issue. Going for another smoke. FN has just finished up his level 3 Necros himself on the Lycan. So what kind of a catch they can get? Alliance smoking. It's going to be smoke on smoke. Alliance do have the high ground advantage. Oh, they're actually going to dodge each other apart from FN. They've caught FN on the back. Can they take this man now before he gets the chance to get out the Necro books now? Gets the ult off. Does he? He's not going to put the level 3 Necro. They've got the telekinesis. Can they bring this man? Now they will. They'll take down FN and now they're looking to move in for more. On to Show the Slayer. They'll find the kill onto Dazzle. Now they turn back towards the left. S4 force forward. He's got the Dragon Tail. Alliance looking to take a third. So it throws out the magic missile. But Bulldog, he's hot on the case. They've lost Ake, but Alliance 3 for 1 against Vega's lineup. The smoke on smoke happening, and the fact that they were able to catch the Lycan first off the tail of that smoke was a great way for Alliance to start that fight.
What happened to Mag's Blink? He was sitting on right on top of the Venge. Venge swapped and then he crushed, but he didn't get a Blink off, and he crushed Thin Air, or his ally, whichever one you prefer to look at it.
Look at this as well, S4 ready to push up onto the high ground. Again, Tinker a bit of an issue, but Alliance are going to work with it. Now, Loader puts on the pressure down on him, finds a tier 3, and starts to do a significant amount to the range racks. Doesn't want to commit to the melee racks, will still force out a fortification from Vega. But Alliance back up, playing it safe. EGM with the mech now done, ready for the next push, next bit of action. But Alliance, they're certainly getting the tools together at this point. And I mean, as you said in that fight, and just overall, Mag's performance this game, it just feels like he hasn't been able to have the game that you want to have on a Slardar. He's just not been able to be that huge initiator that the Vega kind of needed to kind of kick the fights off earlier.
Definitely not. But I do like Alliance's move there where they got the T3 and a damage on the range racks. I think they're one of the few teams that almost always go for the range racks, no matter what. Even if all 5 people are dead, they might go for the range racks. So that's kind of a trademark that I do like from Alliance. Just always getting that permanent structural damage.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Trying to push in the wave against this Tinker. EGM and Ake. The 2 supports coming out alone on the mid lane. No fear at all here from EGM. Pings out to the jungle with the walls at Admiral Bulldog. He knows something's up. He can very easily get himself that solo kill with the Blink and level 3 Necro. With the level 2 Raw. And he might, he nearly finds it there. There's the Blink in, but the Blink reaction is out there from Mag. Still 2 heroes around, FN and Solo. They're just going to go straight for the TP out. S4, it's not going to be able to find them. So Vega back to their base. And Alliance just doing their best to keep the pressure on. 24 minutes in, 7.5k net worth lead for Alliance. It's certainly still going their way. But of course, I guess at this point, it's really just down to how much no one can keep this game going and continue to be the issue that he wants to be on a Tinker.
Or how can Alliance push the high ground? If they had a pipe, like pipe plus no field plus mech on the Rubik, I think that's really...
You just waltz into the march, you don't care.
Maybe like 2 marches. 3 marches, you just wait. Or you split push the other lane. They also need the Aegis. So as long as Alliance keep getting the Aegises and keep their farm great relative to Vega's, they'll be in a decent position. Vega still have pretty darn good pick off and pretty darn good high ground hold. So Alliance can't rest easy at this point.
Alliance certainly trying to group up and go. Roshan, a little bit of a longer respawn time. Alliance may want to wait for that so they can get that back into their hands of potentially Loader, who's now building towards what I'd imagine to be the Skadi, I guess, next for the Terrorblade.
No reason not to. Good armor, good damage, good HP.
Dire's middle
owns
tower
BKB. Not like Vega are going to get any anytime soon. Actually, Lycan might be getting
it. Lycan's working on it next, isn't he? Yeah. Alliance. Just keeping themselves together. Yeah, it looks like Alliance are very hesitant to get anything done without the rush. They don't want to afford to take a bad fight unless they can get an opening here from the high ground. But at the same time, unlikely that Vega are going to make the mistake of nonchalantly waltzing up towards the secret shop. So Alliance won't get anything there. Down to less than a minute before Roshan's back up. And we are going to see that build from the Tinker as well, going for the Ether Lens Ags. I mean, this is going to be very useful for the high ground defense, of course, I guess, with the rocket and the laser spat.
It's really good versus Terrorblade. Manta Terrorblade, all his illusions should get hit by the laser.
Yep. Zip
and rockets,
and
for that matter.
Double damage as well. Alliance just begging for Roshan to respawn. I suppose that's just going to TP out of it. They want to try and make something happen top. Maybe S4 can find the lead in with the Shadow Blade. Get a bit of a lock onto someone. Just have Sherman the Slayer on the sidelines in the river. Mag sitting there, maybe looking to try and jump in, but they've been caught out. He had eyes onto EGM, but S4's there to make sure the initiation doesn't happen. And now they look for another one, jumping forward. They've found it. Sherman the Slayer's been caught out, and Alliance, they'll take this one. Actually, yeah, there we have it. Dragon Tail coming out in time. Admiral Bulldog doesn't even need to waste the roll for that. 2 kills for Alliance. Nice reaction there to Vega. And a nice bit of a bait there. Just sending S4 and EGM in, making sure S4 Shadow Blades before there's any chance of any wards spotting him out. And Vega thought they were going to have an easy Rubik kill out of their hands, and it wasn't going to be the case.
Yeah, Vega thought that Alliance were going to set up with a Rubik into like a teleport. Like you lift someone into a roar or something like that, or a DK stun. But yeah, as you mentioned, S4 with a really smart play, TPing back to that T2 so that Vega aren't able to escape for free. And with that, Roshan is getting destroyed, and second time going to Alliance's way. Whew. Tough for Vega. It is all in on no one. He does have his Ags.
A lot of this onto how well Tinker can hold that high ground. Greaves now done on EGM as well. So extra tools for this push that Alliance are going to look for. So using Metamorphosis to take the Roshan, a bit of a timer that Loader might want to work around. And he's very close to having the Skadi finished as well. So Skadi and Metamorphosis, when they come back off cooldown, that could be the real kind of go time for Alliance to start to make the aggressive move again. I mean, I guess if you're Alliance at this point, Ben, you're not feeling too much of it in a rush either this game. You feel comfortable either way.
You don't want to go late game versus Tinker. It's just
even as the power of the Terrorblade and the kind of the dual core of the Dragon Knight as well. It's just not.
Because you have to push with those 2 heroes. You can't just sit back in your base and wait to get 6 slotted. It's not like a Anti-Mage Spectre or Medusa or something like that. Okay. I think you have to take down towers early. By the same token, though, Vega do have a Lycan. Yeah. Which kind of is somewhat in the same way.
Yeah, I guess, and as you said earlier, just the fact you're looking at the map and you haven't maybe taken as many towers as you want to with a Lycan lineup. And also in regards to the fact that Roshan a couple of times has been gone the way of Alliance. They've had superior control of that area of the map. Alliance getting themselves back into shape to prepare to go. BKB's being finished by S4. Another tool that's going to help them greatly in this high ground ascension. Mag hiding in the trees, just seeing if anyone comes out on that top lane. And he's actually going to find someone. It's going to be Bulldog, but Mag himself, I mean, he can't really go for that. He's actually going to get spotted out by the Hawk from Bulldog. And they know he's there. S4's reacting. So Mag, he was trying to be a little bit sneaky against Alliance. He's going to go for the TP out, and he will make it. Alliance nearly able to successfully react to that Slardar positioning and punish him.
I'm not really sure what he was trying to do out there.
Yeah.
Like, if Tinker TP's it, I still don't think they have enough damage, because his damage is really good at defending high ground, not single target burst, like the Dagon EB build. So he's not particularly good in those situations that Mag was setting up for. They still need more farm. Someone needs to be able to farm these Ancients. That should be Lycan, and just keep it up at this pace, because Alliance aren't falling into the trap of pushing into Vega's high ground until they feel super confident.
Alliance playing the spirit of the game very, very cautiously indeed. That's giving space to FN. BKB done on the Necro book. And he's up there in terms of that. We're still Loader with this real kind of superior farm. He's really racking it up. 2.2k now on top of the Dragon Lance. And that will be his bot stun picked up as well. So he's going to be able to react very nicely to the way that Tinker is pushing out these lanes.
And it's an additional way for them to combo with the Beastmaster Roar.
Yeah.
And now he does have bots and Blink. Yeah. So Tinker has to play very, very carefully. He's not really been taking that many risks, and as such, Alliance have not really spent too much time looking for him and picking him off, unless it's a freebie.
Double damage as well here for Loader. That's going to help greatly for this push, as they really do have everything at the ready. Okay, A little bit far away from the pack, but he'll start to make his way over towards that bottom lane. And it's just going to all be about how well the Tinker can hold, how well no one can keep the spam up and stop Alliance from progressing.
It looks like they're just interested in pushing on all the lanes, but Tinker is way better than you guys at doing that.
It certainly feels like Alliance need to, they just need to go for it. They need to try for a play.
Do they want to go for it? I don't think so.
Certainly being very, very careful.
Dire's top tower
But everything's there at the ready. They have everything that they need. Loader clearing out the wave, getting ready to go. Same time, EGM just pushing in the bottom. They want to keep multiple lanes pressured in so they've got their options open.
And DK sitting in between so that he can pick one off if someone wants to commit. But they don't have a gem yet. Wolf stalking them at every corner. Observer Ward eyeing them out in the mid lane. And Alliance thinking they're stealthy. The Wolves think otherwise.
I mean, when do Alliance try and break the base? They really don't want to at this time. What do they wait for?
Well, I can tell you the dream scenario is Tinker dead without
Well, if you catch him outside the base.
That is the dream scenario.
Oh, EGM. Oh, he's been found out on his own hit. Left alone, they'll take him down. And Alliance may have lost their kind of opening there. Aegis has now expired on Loader. So they'll have to hold off really before they want to go aggressive again, especially with a man down.
Wow, that range Rex is one hit away from dying. Loda almost got them.
So now actually hunting in the jungle for Alliance. S4 making his way over, but he is backed up by Loader and Ake. And Mac trying for a bit of a wraparound, coming up onto the cliff side, but immediately Bulldog blinking up, doesn't get the initial roar. S4 with his haste rune trying to chase them down. Shadowblade as well. Oh, he's found the Tinker. Can he get it? No, sorry, the Dazzle. He will get. Oh, he doesn't. He runs past it, and Shimmer the Slayer's going to be allowed to get out of that. So S4 unable to stop that. And just continues to make a beeline straight for the bottom lane. But immediately FM reacts to it, TP's away. And yeah, as we can see, Loader desperately just trying to send an illusion over just to put that range Rex over the edge.
Could be in for a long one, Owen.
It's certainly slowed down the pace of this game. It really has. 14 kills in 34 minutes in Alliance versus Vega. I mean, this doesn't feel like the Vega I remember. It looks like they've kind of turned a new leaf. They're taking a new approach to Dota.
Do you know what FN stands for?
I don't know. What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, it was a serious question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Do you have any ideas? It probably could be something Russian or something. I don't know. FN?
Flippin' noobs.
Flippin' noobs. Why would you call yourself that?
I don't know.
And why would you have an exclamation mark after?
Because
oh wait, no, he doesn't actually. I swear he used to. It is literally just FN.
You could think of something clever. Come on, Owen.
I can't. I mean, to be start, they're both lowercase, Ben. That does not imply that these letters stand for anything.
When you write it in
How do you
math,
know
it's
it's
function.
an acronym? But that's got an exclamation mark, hasn't it? Which is just a... You're a maths expert, Ben, aren't you?
No.
I thought you did like a degree in maths.
I don't have a degree in math. I have an engineering degree.
Ah, that's the same thing, isn't it? Engineering's like maths.
Well, I can tell you don't have a math
people.
degree if you think they're the same thing.
Well, it looks like Loader. They're waiting on Loader's BKB. Okay. Loader gets a BKB, S4's got a BKB. Then you're going to be in a much better place to push up against the March.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Oh, actually, Mag trying for a bit of play here. Jumps in onto Bulldog with a burst as well. Bulldog turns around with a roar, gets the Neko units out to Mag, but the rockets fly through. Bulldog with the blink dodge keeps himself alive. Mag forced away. Shallowgrave as well. He will live. See what they can do here. They've actually taken down the courier as well. Alliance. Now they look to move in at lasers.
Wow.
Bam! Goodbye, illusions. Nice push, Alliance. Says no one on the Tinker. And he's really racking up the gold. 4.4k gold on no one. Alliance really wanting to try and go in again by the looks of it. They're going to make their way towards the bottom lane. Loader Looking to waltz straight up. BKB at the ready. Onto the melee racks. What are you going to do to stop it again? Pew! There's the zap zop. They've caught out no one though. S4 jumps in. The swap to the side will be there. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive. No one's down. Buys back immediately. Ake going in for the close range chain frost. The bounce is a real bouncing back over to the fight. Loader with the Sunder. FN in trouble, but the BKB turns around. Laser as well. Loader falling low and he's dead. Now they're 70 seconds off for this Terrorblade, and they're moving in for more. Laser again onto EGM. This man with his laser beams, it's working out. It is scary for Alliance, and we certainly are seeing why Alliance have been very hesitant in trying to make a move up to the high ground, because the defense from Vega is great. It did cost them that buyback on the Tinker, but they keep their racks alive.
Just no escape plan after the BKB is zerged down on the Tinker, and that's why you just have to be very hesitant to commit. I'm actually a little bit surprised they aren't split pushing the lanes, like one lane with DK, one lane with Beastmaster, one lane with Terrorblade, maybe Terrorblade in the middle so you can kind of send your illusions to the side lanes. But if they all push up at the same time, they're going to have to deal with the laser refraction, which just destroys the images.
Yeah, this laser is crazy.
So what you need to do is just split it up into 3 lanes. Tinker can't be in 3 lanes at once. It's kind of the same reasoning when you push versus a keeper to light. It's like, if you want to push one lane, you need a pipe. And if you don't want to push one lane, and if you don't want to get a pipe, then you push all 3 lanes at once. So not that bad of a push for them. They still really haven't lost enough control of the map that Vega can take Roche. Wolf is popped in there right now.
And Roshan up in just under a minute. See if they get the chance indeed to get themselves in for AC. Actually, I say it's done for FN if he wants to go full in on the purchase. That's going to be another tool. Very good against Alliance's lineup, especially with the DK and his tankiness.
Ooh, Slaughter with the Shadow Blade. That's actually a pretty nice pickup. So they can get some pickoffs of their own. No BOT2s up on the Tinker. I would like to see them pick that up so that they can combo that with the Slaughter to get some better picks. Because right now, Vega just have not been able to get any kills aside from that high ground push for a very long time. Well, it's almost been 11 minutes. Let's see how both teams handle the pit. Tinker is pretty good if he can feel safe enough to march around the pit, but with the Beastmaster Hawk in play, that is a very difficult task. And if he dies, game's probably over. Oh, actually, he has 12 Bloodstone charges. Okay, so that's kind of a nice play, because he knows that he's super important, so they need him dead for as little time as possible without using buybacks.
We'll spot this out with the scan as well. To just scan up by the secret shop, they know. They know exactly that Alliance actually is going for a smoke as well. They had a wolf in the area, so they saw that there was no vision, but the scan came back positive, so someone was being sneaky on the side of Alliance. And nonetheless, Alliance back up. They're going to go into Roshan, but Vega, they'll be ready to contest this one. Mag making the movement over with the Shadow Blade. They've got to be quick. Actually, I say that Alliance have actually held back here, a little bit hesitant. Very worried that Vega can jump in and contest this one. Very careful about taking this rush. See if they go back in. Loader has Metamorphosis up and available if they want to take it quickly. Heads back into the pit. Vega, they're sure to know something's going on around here. They're moving themselves over as a group. Mag, he looks to be the one initiating, gets himself up to the high ground.
It took a lot of work to kill a ward, a sentry ward. Stalemate around the pit continues. Alliance cannot leave because of the amplified damage, but they also cannot take it because of the constant march spam. They do not have vision. Vega, they really need a gem at this point so they can control this area, but they do not have an observer ward to actually see this hawk. All they have are the lone wolves, which have died. Mag skirting around the edge.
Alliance is being ever so careful with this one.
This is a very prolonged Roshan fight. And eventually, Vega should be able to force Alliance away because they have the Tinker. So Tinker can push out the side lanes, wait for someone to come out. But Alliance, they're going in. They have committed to the pit.
Mag heading over with the Shadow Blade. Is he going to be able to make any kind of drop? They've dropped the weave. They know what's going on. Mag, he needs to find the timing correctly. Can they get themselves into the pit? Roshan down to about 20%. Vega, they're looking to come in and steal it, but FN, he just comes in, he's ready to start to work away. This is going to be able to get away with this one. EGM coming in with the lift, but they've done it. The Dive's taken it, and FN gets himself the Aegis. Now they'll move in for the fight. They've lost the Venge, but a buyback immediately from the side of Vega. FN trying to move in, trying to chase down his fall. Oh, but he's been blocked up. EGM and Ake, they sandwich him here at the choke point. And now Loader, BK beat up, the Chain Frost bounces out, they've found one, they're going to find FN, taking the Aegis out of the hands of the Lycan. And Alliance, they're ready for round 2. Telekinesis is back up on EGM, they don't even need it, they rip him to pieces, he'll get swapped out, he might just survive with the swap's used, the lasers, the rockets coming out from no one, 2 dead on Alliance, EGM, he's got to run, he's got to hide, lifts up one, but Vega beating down on the man, and no one there from the high ground, just spamming out the rockets, spamming out the laser beams. It's all too much for Alliance. They lose Roche, they lose the Aegis, and they lose the team fight, man.
Wow. Well, Alliance kind of just backed out of the pit when it was at like 10%, and then Lycan's like, okay, I don't mind this. He did make a good play and pop his BKB before the DK with his BKB could pop in and steal the Aegis. That was a really important play because DK did have a Blink Dagger that might have caught Vega by surprise, but FN with his eyes on the prize. I don't know where the cheese went. Looks like, actually, I think I saw it in the middle of the fight. Maybe it was on Mag or something like that, but yeah. They had to devote so much to kill that Lycan, and as you mentioned, Tinker just kind of on the high ground doing his thing. Now he has 16 Bloodstone charges, very close to instantaneous respawn, and this game is getting progressively difficult for Alliance after not being able to do significant structural damage to Vega's base.
Alliance, as we can see on the network graph, they had a 12k lead, but it's starting to spiral away from them.
Yep. Vega don't need that many BKBs, they just have one on the Lycan, but Alliance are getting owned by the laser.
He's in trouble. Here comes Mag with a sneaky Shadow Blade. Goodbye, Lich. The burst is there. Vega's pick-off very, very strong if they can find the lead in from Mag with his Shadow Blade. And Loader, they found him. He has to put the BKB straight away here. And Metamorphosis as well goes to work onto Mag. Found one. They need to find more. Alliance, they pop 2 BKBs for this one, but Sherman trying to go for the TP out. Telekinesis is there to stop it, and Alliance, they'll move in for more. They've actually managed to keep Sherman alive for the timing. Finally goes down to 2 for 1. Alliance will come out on top. The BKBs, Metamorphosis used for that. So they'll be putting a little bit of a time, unlikely to be able to get any kind of high ground push done. They can try for it. We'll see how well it does go on. They are going to start to move down. Let's see what they can get achieved here.
Tinker's getting fat.
He really is. No one's had a really, really good game. 6-2-6.
Now is the Shiva's on top of that. So even more AoE to deal with these illusions from the Terror Blade. Those just have to be taken down very early on in the fight. With no MKB on Terror Blade, and with his illusions not being that tanky, without a heart, it is just a significant source of Alliance's damage at this point. And getting even like the laser on the Necro books is just a pain in the rear for Alliance to deal with.
It really is at this point. I mean, Bulldog, 2.6k gold, obviously finishing off the fully upgraded bots first.
He really likes his refresher.
Okay, just refresher straight
up. He
out.
gets refreshers a lot of the time. He did commit to BOT2s.
I was a
little bit surprised about that.
Why was that necessarily the play here rather than getting a refresher soon? And he's actually not going to go. He's going to get the Shadow Blade this game, Bulldog.
Nice. Kill Tinker?
Yep.
They haven't been able to really get it with the DK though, so I'm a little surprised he is going for the Shadow Blade because of Dragon Knight's S4's lack of success with it in this game, because Tinker hasn't died for a very long time. He died that one push on bottom, but they got a lot out of that fight, and since then he's just been racking up those Bloodstone charges. So
Radiant structures are fortified.
They do recognize that
Dire's middle tower is under
Tinker
attack.
is the most important hero in this game at the moment.
Yeah, the Tinker pick's just been absolutely brilliant here for Vega.
They still need... I also think his build has been really good, because Ags has been questioned as like a very bad upgrade for Tinker, but in this particular game, it's amazing.
Dire's top tower is under
It definitely seems like an answer to the Terror Blade. Yeah, it really does. And the kind of push style that Alliance are trying to achieve this game with the dual core of both the Dragon Knight and the Terror Blade. And Vega at this point, because of the way that they played, they've now got themselves back up to strength. The difference in the net worth, it's pretty much all but closed. And now Vega in a position where they feel confident to come out onto Alliance's side of the map, and they know that they can rely on no one to just hold off any kind of high ground attempt from Alliance. I mean, I think Alliance at this point, they're kind of thinking to themselves, what's the plan? They need to come up with a plan. How do they deal with this?
They need to scale better.
Yeah.
They need like more minus armor, I think, so Terrorblade can actually
Okay.
shoot through their armor. He's had to build very defensively. Like, look at his items. There's a ton of HP items, not that much agility, not that much damage. Ideally, you want to go like Butterfly, Daedalus, these sort of things, but he's forced to go tanky because of the Tinker, and because of that, they lack on damage output. People just aren't dying, especially with the Weave. So to counter that, you need more scaling damage, which is like a Medallion or Solar Crest, which I think is very good versus Vega, very good versus Lycan, who doesn't have MKB yet. Going an AC on the DK instead of double downing on the mobility with a Blink and the Shadow Blade. Maybe a Silver Edge to limit the Tinker's damage output so that they can actually survive through the fights. But you want these percent-based items, which they do not have. Still need AC. AC is like for sure.
AC is going to be huge, yeah, for certain. If they can get it online or somewhat. Trying to catch out Nolan again towards the bottom. S4 coming in with a Shadow Blade, but no one's Tinker. He's been playing it very smartly. And it's very hard for Lions to catch him out. 6-2-6 at the moment this game on the Tinker. It's been a very, very smooth performance.
And 16 Bloodstone charges, so you're chopping through 3 lives if you want to be able to push up that high ground. It's a big problem.
Yeah, bottom lane. Shadow Blade leading from Mac. See if he can spot out Ake. He knows that he's around. Mac, if he goes for this, maybe in a bit of trouble because Alliance, they do have backup. We'll see if he wants to commit onto the Ake kill. He's going to go for it. TPs are going to start to come in. Can they react to this? No, Ake's already gone. And now Alliance, they need to get themselves the hell out of there. And they will.
He's looking for that ward. He knows they have the Tinker ward up there, but yeah, they would need the chicken to get that. Looks like they aren't interested in using a chicken to kill that ward. That's a tough ward to catch, though.
MKB now here for Loader, so they are starting to rack up the damage output of this Terrorblade. And something a little bit better as well, of course, to deal with that laser mischance. Also worth noting that, yeah, pretty much nearly done. EGM getting the Lotus Orb as well. I mean, this item's going to help a lot for the high ground, surely. If we can just drop it down onto S4 or onto Loader.
It's really good versus the AMP.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of ways to get rid of amplified damage, but not that many ways to hit the tower. At this point, they're just in a really tough spot. They can keep sending illusions, but they're not going to get the melee racks like that. So they have to be able to win a big scale team fight. But after losing to Aegis Cheese in the last fight and no one being a lot stronger than he was relatively at the last Roche fight, it's going to be a tall order for them to take this next Aegis Cheese and commit for those T3s and melee racks, which are the most important things in this game right now if you're Alliance.
Let's see what they can make happen here.
Next to killing Tinker.
Roshan, it's going to be a very early respawn time. It is back up. Let's see if Alliance can make sure they don't make the same mistake that they did last time. You know, where they go in, they kind of tickle with it, get it down to 10% and allow Vega to waltz in and take it from underneath their noses. S4, now the completed AC that you're talking about, it's on its way out to the Dragon Knight. So they have got that ready to help nullify Vega's own Assault Cuirass on Lycan. And they know that Roshan's up here. They need Lotus to make his way over. Lotus still being able to maintain a really good rate of farm this game. What a lane.
If they had a Medallion, they could have done that Roche a lot easier last time, too. Oh, EGM in a lot of trouble.
Here we have indeed going in any kind of backup. Can they save the mana? Pod the Guardian Greaves looking for the turnaround. Mag forces away, but they have the telekinesis holding him back. They need to bring down Mag. S4 there with the Dragon Tail. They've done it. They'll take down Slardar. Now trying to move in for more. They might find it. Solo's being caught out by the Roar. They'll take down a second. That's 79 seconds without the Vengeful Spirit. No buyback available for Solo. That was a great couple of pickups there for Alliance, and Vega just being caught heavily out of position.
Did they really think that Rubik was out there alone? He has 2 ways to get rid of Amp now. Oh, what the?
Loader. Bit of a misclick.
Yeah, just meant to Manta. We've seen that before.
Yeah. We'll let him off.
But that's a free Roche.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man, he stole Amp. Wow.
I mean, this has got to be a good go time, man. Still 40 seconds without Vengeful Spirit. You're going to pick yourself up a Haste Rune. The tools are great. Border's going to head back towards the mid lane, start to push that one out. Aegis now onto S4. EGM's going to be holding the cheese, ready for the next fight.
I don't know if they're strong enough to fight 5-on-5, and they didn't get any of one of Tinker's 3 lives.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It seems decent, but it could still end in tragedy for Alliance if they are not careful. And everyone has to look at no one's position.
Oh nice tries to blink in to catch no one there, S4. Very quick reactions indeed from the Tinker.
And that was without the Vengeful Spirit up. He was looking for that brief moment where Vengeful Spirit would be sitting behind him. I guess maybe 4 lives because he had to deal with the swap. And the Grave, what the heck?
Okay, the backup, the smoke around from Alliance. Alliance drawn towards the bottom. They want to try and abuse this open racks to get in and maybe find a fight on the high ground from the side. Let's see how Vega position themselves against this S4. Shadowblade and Blink out the ready. No sentry down at this point, but the Dazzle, Shimmer the Slayer did just pick up a gem. Who's currently holding the gem? It is Mag, so it's going to rely on Mag spotting this one out. Already revealing some of themselves, and Loader comes out. Metamorphosis straight onto the racks. Fortification is available from Vega. They will pop it. Can they punish this? On the sidelines, S4 gets the stun off onto Solo, just buying space here for the team. Blink dodges the magic missile, but the crush is there. They've found the racks, but S4 will lose his life in return. See if they can save him, Alliance. He's got the Aegis. Can they allow S4 to fight again? Pop the BKB, actually takes down Solo, but the Amplify's down as the man. They'll lose the DK. But Alliance do find that melee racks in the bottom lane.
And they might be able to make another play because they don't have the glyph up on Vega, and now the melee racks are exposed. So they got what they were coming for. I think that's worth a BKB charge, the Aegis, and S4's life at this point. If they lose the Terrorblade, I don't think it's worth it, but at this rate, that was a great trade for Alliance.
Dire's middle barracks are
and he even managed to get a +1 out of that with the Vengeful Spirit kill. Uh-oh. This is even more problematic for Terrorblade.
Indeed, Hex done for no one. It's dangerous indeed. They need to try and catch this man out, Alliance.
Still, you can't outplay it with the Lotus Orb if you're Rubik. Especially if you chain hex and you accidentally hex yourself right before the Lotus Orb comes out, or right after the Lotus Orb comes out. Could be a kill on the Tinker.
And at this point as well, it will be the upgraded bots for Loader. He picks those up. I mean, slot-wise, is there really anything else that he can swap out here? I mean, where'd you kind of progress from this stage, or is he kind of hitting critical mass, Loader?
I think Satanic's pretty good.
Yep.
Because they don't... actually... Yeah, I think Satanic's okay, because he does have the Lotus Orb, so it's kind of another life. You have one with Sunder, one with Satanic plus Lotus Orb, and at this point, like, you need as many lives as possible so that you don't have to expend a buyback, and you want to be able to outlast them and hopefully force Vega to buyback of their own. But things are still fairly precarious for either team. Neither one has a solid grip on this game. Alliance more so than Vega, but still Tinker's ridiculously far.
Fine FN here. Should be a reflection down from Loader. Anything to finish that one off. As Alliance split up at the moment. Bulldog and S4 on the top, trying to push that lane in. The mid lane's been pressured in by the rest of the boys.
Admiral Bulldog waiting patiently for hopefully a Tinker, but he is not that silly. He has not been impatient this game. That is by far no one's best thing that he's done this game. He's not been impatient.
Yeah, he has not been caught out post-laning stage.
Yep.
Really, really smart Tinker play. And it has been keeping Vega in the game. If this guy wasn't playing Tinker, you know, this game could have been over for Vega.
Yep. Zeus would have been a substitute, but a poor substitute. He's kind of doing everything that Zeus can do at this point in the game, except better.
Okay, smoke up from Vega. They're going to move up to the high ground here. The Alliance is here, Mac. Can he find the opening? Coming in. S4's got a shadow play, but they've got a gem. Loader Sword will be dropped down onto him. Loader pops the BKB. Rips through one, rips through two. Double kill for Loader onto Solo. Gets a triple kill. He's doing it at the moment. Turns towards FN. S4, he's got the lockdown. It could be an ultra kill for the man. The laser comes through, but this man, he's got an MKB. The right clicks fly through. Can it finish him off? It will. Ultra kill for Loader. Now turning towards to no one. If they can kill this Tinker, Alliance may have just done it. Dragon Tail from S4. Loader moving in. Can he get the Rampage? Oh! No one, the Rampage denier, kills himself in front of the man. But what a fight there for Alliance that they smoke into. They lose Shoma on the sidelines as well as the Necro units and Bulldog finish it off. What a fight. What a performance there from the TB. He just sat there and right-clicked everyone to death.
That was all Rubik there, saving S4 with a 4-7 to a Lotus Orb so that he could pop his BKB and turn it around on Vega. They got obliterated by the Chain
No one's just jumped in. Oh, there's Sunder from Loda. No one's gone.
That is game.
That is dead for 68 seconds here. Alliance cleaning up. GG well played is called. It was a long fight. It was a drawn-out fight, but Alliance, they kept their composure, their patience this game. They played around the Tinker. I mean, no one had a pretty incredible game, but at the end of the day, they caught him out on the dieback. They'd win the game. 55 minutes, 55 seconds in. A very interesting game to watch, that one, Ben.
It was.
It was indeed.
A lot of strange things. Slardar didn't have a BKB at the end of the game, which he really needed so that he doesn't get owned by Chain Frost.
Yeah.
And a CIS team not playing aggressively at all. So they Tinker, I think, played exceptionally well. No one, maybe
absolutely.
even
He was
MVP.
the stat, yeah. Overall, even though they lost, yeah.
Yeah.
The Tinker was great.
He kept them in the game for probably 25, 30 minutes longer than any other hero would have.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to have a short ad break, but myself and Ben will be back for some more talk about the older Alliance and Vega, which we'll be obviously having game 2. There's another series as well on today afterwards. I believe it will be OG versus Complexity, who went on to beat VP in that last game. But game 2 around the corner. Alliance versus Vega. I mean, just quickly now, Ben, if you're Vega, do you just play it differently? Why did this not work out against Alliance?
I think they had an aggressive lineup with Lycan and Slardar and Dazzle, and they just didn't. First Blood was very late in. It was like 18 minutes. They had like 2 kills and 1 tower.
It was after they lost a tower. Yeah, it was a slow push indeed. But yeah, we should be able to have a quick break. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes to talk more about Alliance versus Vega.